Hello, everyone. This is Kevin, your entrepreneur. And just before we start, I just want to say one thing. We might actually hit 4,000 subscribers today. It's kind of scary because I'm an introvert, and the idea that more than a million people have watched these videos has just been like, wow. So, thank you once again and in advance. And maybe we'll do like a live stream for the 4th. I don't know. I'll think of something special to do. And of course, I've got that give a prize for whoever the 4,000 subscriber is. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. But now we need to talk about, of course, Uber. Business as usual, right? Well, here's what we're going to talk about. Dara K, and yeah, I know I should probably learn to say his name at this point. But I kind of just like calling him Dara K. He wrote on his LinkedIn page a post called Uber's New Cultural Norms. And as you can at least see on the side, that I've got, you have pictures of, some white people, some Asian people, some African Americans. I think one of these people are probably an LGBT member, but I can't be sure. And basically, this is a picture signifying diversity at Uber because that's a big topic. But of course, I hate to be that guy. I hate to sound like a jerk. Right now, diversity isn't really my biggest concern, nor is it for a lot of people. And I think diverse people even agree. If you drive for Uber, you want you want to be safe and you want to get paid better. That's pretty much in a nutshell what we want. So, does the CEO of Uber address any of these concerns? I have to admit, I haven't read this yet. So, we're going to read it live. I know people hate when I do read things, but, and I will link to the full article below because I'm fully aware that I can't scroll at the moment. But anyway, here's what he has to say. I spent my first 2 months as Uber CEO meeting our teams around the world, dealing with a few firefights, and experiencing firsthand the entrepreneurial culture that Uber is known for. It's that forward-leaning, fearless approach that has underpinned much of Uber's success and has attracted many employees, including me, to the company. But it's also clear that the culture and approach that got Uber where it is today is not what will get us to the next level. As we move from an era of growth at all costs to one of responsible growth, our culture needs to evolve. Rather than ditching everything, I'm focused on preserving what works while quickly changing what doesn't. This is the approach we've taken with our new cultural values, which we announced to employees today. Our values define who we are and how we work, but I had heard from many employees that some of them simply didn't represent the kind of company we want to be. For instance, toe stepping was meant to encourage employees to share their ideas regardless of their seniority or position in the company, but too often it was used as an excuse for being an asshole. And I'm going to pause for a second because that's his words. That's not mine. I feel strongly that culture needs to be written from the bottom up. A culture that's pushed from the top down doesn't work because people don't believe in it. So instead of penning new values in a closed room, we asked our employees for their ideas. More than 1,200 of them sent in submissions that were voted on more than 22,000 times. We also held more than 20 focus groups with representatives from our employee resource groups and our international offices. There were some common themes. Many people liked how the spirit of the previous values encouraged problem solving and speed, but they wanted to see more around inclusion, teamwork, and collaboration. They also wanted to make it clear that we will put integrity at the core of all our decisions and that we're unafraid to admit mistakes when they happen. Let me scroll a little bit more and scratch. Some people say they don't like the mistakes being edited out, so yeah, and I'm too lazy to edit them. We're also calling these cultural norms rather than values because we fully expect them to evolve as Uber continues to grow. Uber has always been a company that embraces change, and going forward, we'll approach our culture in the same way. We certainly don't expect these norms to change overnight or every year, but we always want to take stock of who we are, who we want to be, and move accordingly. These norms preserve the best of the founding Uber culture that is built one of the world's most valuable and important companies, while recognizing that we must adapt to become a great company where every person feels respected and challenged, can contribute in his or her own way, and learn and grow as an individual and as a professional. At the same time, these norms will take us forward and will hold each of us accountable as we continue to change Uber for the better. Uber's cultural norms, and this is where things are going to get fun. Boy, my nose is itchy. All of a sudden, this is what 4,000 subscribers watch. We build globally, we live locally. We harness the power and scale of our global operations to deeply connect with the cities, communities, drivers, and riders that we serve every day. We are customer obsessed. We work tirelessly to earn our customers' trust and business by solving their problems, maximizing their earnings, or lowering their costs. We surprise and delight them. We make short-term sacrifices for a lifetime of loyalty. We celebrate differences. We stand apart from the average. We ensure people of diverse backgrounds feel welcome. We encourage different opinions and approaches to be heard. And then we come together and build. We do the right thing, period. We act like owners. We seek out problems and we solve them. We help each other and those who matter to us. We have a bias for action and accountability. We finish what we start and we build Uber to last. And when we make mistakes, we'll own up to them. We persevere. We believe in the power of grit. We don't seek the easy path. We look for the toughest challenges and we push. Our collective resilience is our secret weapon. We value ideas over heresy. We believe that the best ideas can come from anywhere, both inside and outside our company. Our job is to seek out those ideas, to shape and improve them through candid debate, and to take them from concept to action. We make big, bold bets. Sometimes we fail, but failure makes us smarter. We get back up and we make the next bet, and we go. So, wow. So, here's the thing. That was a lot, obviously. And I do want to comment on them, and this is actually the most positive I've truly felt about the new CEO since he took office, because one of the things that has been sidestepped since he got in was the drivers. The drivers have really not been addressed, and this is very promising. And we're going to discuss why, because I don't know if you could see that in the rumbling. Maybe you can read the article yourself, and maybe you'll see what I'm getting at. But let's talk about some of the things that stuck out to me. One of the things, we do the right thing, period. Yeah, that's a good philosophy to have. It's one that Travis Kalanick certainly didn't have. He certainly doesn't have it. And so that is, I don't know how true it's going to be, but hey, it's a good policy to have, whether they follow it or not. Let's see here. The we act like owners, where they seek out problems and solve them, and they help each other who matter to us, and they have a bias for action and accountability. So that's good. I like that the CEO is saying, hey, we have an accountability problem, and we need to not only fix that, but when a problem comes out, we solve the problem. That is very positive. Let's see here. We value ideas over heresy. And this whole thing, like that the best ideas can come from anywhere, both inside and outside the company, and the idea is to seek out those ideas, to shape and improve them through candid debate, and take it from concept to action. I think that is directed at people like me and Uberman and Drive Girl Drive, who we make videos and we put out ideas, and Mark for Uber Hints, of course. And I think this says, hey, you know what, we are going to welcome those ideas, and we believe that we should debate them at the very least, which is something, again, that the old management did not do. The old management felt they were right, or he was right, because it was really one person, and that, hey, you know what, they just don't see the bigger picture. They don't see the bigger picture. No, we do see the bigger picture. Heck, we see the medium future as well. Now then, some people might be asking, where on earth in this does it say anything about the drivers? Because I said that I felt the most confident about us as drivers because this was the first time he addressed us. Now, some of you might not have missed it, and in fact, I don't know if you could see my face, but I was actually kind of lighting up when I read this because I realized what it was. But it's the "We are customer obsessed," and I'm going to reread this little section right here because under "We are customer obsessed," he says, "We work tirelessly to we work tirelessly to earn our customers' trust and business by solving their problems, maximizing their earnings, or lowering their costs. We surprise and delight them. We make short-term sacrifices for a lifetime of loyalty." Now then, some people might look at that and they might also say, well, that kind of addresses a passenger, right? But here's the thing. Uber has recently declared that the drivers are their customers, not their passengers. That in their filing for the IPO, we are the customers, not the riders, and they want to be the gatekeepers, kind of like how eBay is. And the wording is very driver specific when you look at it, because we work tirelessly to earn our customers' trust and business by solving their problems. And then it follows with maximizing their earnings or lowering their costs. A rider has no earnings in Uber whatsoever. That is deliberate. That is addressing the drivers. But publicly, they don't want to admit that the drivers are the customers. That's an SEC filing thing they want to get, take care of. Sure, but they still want to present the illusion that the riders are the customers. So he needed to find a way to address the drivers and do it without acknowledging that there was a rift between driver and rider. And this was how he did it. And the other thing he says in this, we surprise and delight them, which the 180 days of change has come with some delights, which are the tipping and temporarily the destination filter going to 6, which we no longer have. And surprise, which, yeah, the earnings last update, I was definitely surprised, but kind of in a disappointing way. We make short-term sacrifices for a lifetime of loyalty. That could easily describe to a rider or a driver. They have definitely sacrificed their profits to get a lot of people to use their service. But in that, they have also given us bonuses and incentives, and I bet you some of the things they've changed is coming out of pocket. Now, am I completely satisfied with how Uber's treating us? No, of course I'm not. Do I expect things to change overnight? No. Do I think they're going to get better? I'm cautiously optimistic at this point, but very, very cautiously optimistic. And I know I'm going to get a lot of comments like, you need to wake up, you need to get a real job, you need to understand Uber will never change. And yeah, I will probably be disappointed again to a certain point. It's unavoidable at this point. Uber has a long, long road out of the hole that they dug for themselves. But this is the first time our new CEO, Dara K, has addressed the drivers. And, I mean, it's a blink and you'll miss it thing, but here's the thing. This customer-obsessed thing says that one of our new cultures is we want to take care of our customers. The customers are us. It's officially filed with the SEC. We're Uber's customers, and he has basically said we need to be obsessed about them, which means Uber needs to actually address the drivers. So this is very positive for me. This is very positive. This is actually the most optimistic I felt about the guy in a long, long time. So it might be a little late, and of course, we haven't seen anything immediately. Apparently, the 180 days of change has extended. We've got one more phase. Let's see what it is. Hopefully, it's something great. In the meantime, I will link to this whole article below. You can read it in full, and I'm going to read it a couple times. There might be something more to address in the future. I don't know yet. So far, it looks pretty good, and I really, really, really love that he basically said Uber was run by assholes. If there is something about this that I am particularly concerned about, and this did not go unnoticed by me, of course, it's not in the new set of values. It's a little bit up. It's somewhere in the it's in the fourth paragraph where he says instead of penning new values in a closed room, we asked our employees for their ideas. More than 1,200 of them sent in submissions that were voted on more than 22,000 times. We also held more than 20 focus groups as representatives from employee resource groups and our international offices. I could be wrong. I was not asked anything about the values. I don't think any driver was. Now, if we're the customer, not the employee, that makes sense. But at the same time, yeah, it's kind of like when Uber's HR head admitted that she hadn't reached out to Susan Fowler, who penned the article that started this whole taken down and delete Uber hashtag movement, and said, well, that's our past and we're focusing on the future. And it's like, no, you understand your history or else you are doomed to repeat it. And so by asking for all this information but not asking us, the drivers, that could bode very, very badly. At the same time, yeah, technically we're customers. Now, it's pretty much confirmed at this point. In my mind, I am Uber's customer. And with that knowledge, of course, I am expecting them to make some changes for me, or else I will stop using their service. But I know that's going to rub some people the wrong way, that all these people were polled and surveyed and asked, and we weren't part of that. So I acknowledge that. But that's where I'm going to end it off. I am feeling pretty positive, and I'm very cautiously optimistic that things might actually get better. In all fairness, it probably won't happen till next year. I mean, this is him. This is the CEO basically saying this is how we're going to do things differently from this point on. And ships don't turn very fast. They take a little bit of time. So I am willing to give him just a little bit more time to fix this. That said, I gotta complain about the company with at least one thing. It won't be in this video. It's going to be in one either later today or tomorrow. And it directly involves California. You probably know what I'm talking about, but that needs to be addressed, and that would be a very good first step to proving that he is serious about what he says. In the meantime, what do you folks think about this little write-up? And holy cow, it's been almost 20 minutes. Jeez. Let me know, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy the videos I make, consider becoming a Patreon member for as little as $1 a month. $5 will get you access to exclusive videos not seen anywhere else. And the next time we talk, I will have 4,000 subscribers, and I will say who the 4,000 subscriber is, if he wants, and what he's won. And yeah, flame responsibly. Have a good one.